Welcome to our new series, the 200 Movie Challenge. Our goal this year is to watch 200 movies that we haven't seen yet. If you want to listen to the full podcast where this clip is from, the link will be in the description. Now enjoy today's movie. So to my next movie. I went on Peacock because I was trying to figure something out. And it's funny that you mentioned Academy Awards because, wasn't it last year? Was it last year? The year before? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once was the big surprise hit. Um,
Yeah. Mhm.
so, and it got the Academy Award for, and I'm probably going to mispronounce it, but I think his name is Kwan. Basically, Data from the Goonies. He kind of came back, won the Academy Award, blah,
I
blah, blah.
mean, that's short round. Short
Short
round for
round.
me, but yes, you
Short
could. Yeah.
round, Data. Yes, you can go either round. I always, but either way. But there was a 2025. So this is his first film since then, and it was a movie called Love Hurts. I don't know if you've seen this yet.
Oh,
No, yeah, no.
oh,
So this movie also has Daniel Wu, Marshawn Lynch, Beast Mode Marshawn Lynch, and Sean Astin. All can't small roles, but basically Soto, he's a real estate agent, and no one knows that he had a past of an assassin. He was a kung fu expert. He just
oh
wants
my
to live his
God.
life, and yeah,
The
basically
beekeeper.
maybe. And he's just happy with his new life. And then he gets a red envelope that says "I'm back." And next thing he knows, he gets knocked out, and he wakes up with a knife in his hand, and he's zip tied. And then it all comes out. So this movie is an hour 23 minutes. And this is the definition of a
Oh,
fucking popcorn movie. So I buckled in my seatbelt. I said, "Fuck it, let's see what happens." I went for the ride. So I love this movie. Now, it was just fun. If you
wow.
if you and your wife, or not just, I'm talking to the general public who's not listening, but if one person wants a martial arts movie and one person wants a love story, and you don't really care about plot, you just go with this. Now, I say I love this soda. I mean, this did not reinvent the wheel, but I just fucking enjoyed it. It was just mindless, and I was happy. The beginning fight scenes reminded me a little bit of Jackie Chan with just the comical aspect of it.
Yeah.
A little bit more blood than what I remember Jackie Chan films. But yeah, so there's nothing to this movie. I joke in a year we're not gonna talk about this movie. In 5 years we're gonna forget this movie. But you know what? If you just want a fun ride, put on Love Hurts. Seriously, it was a fun movie. It was short, it was to the point, and you're just like, I'm in. And there was not a boring part of this movie. Yes, a lot of it we've seen before
Wow.
in so many fucking movies. Like I said, they did not reinvent the wheel. Just like, as you mentioned, the beekeeper. But yeah, I just like, I love this guy, and I don't know much else of this other actor and actresses in this, but I'm just like, yeah, so yeah, so obviously he's kind of being hunted down. Basically, the quick premises, um, he broke away from his brother and this life, and all he had to do was kill this woman who he did love, and she is back, and he's like, how are you back? And so you're kind of like, well, did he actually kill her? What, so you're kind of trying to solve that mystery. That's basically the premise. And so, yes, she's back. His brother wants him now dead, and answers like, hey, why, how is she back? Because I guess obviously there's this now money plot to it, which I don't care. You don't even care. You're not watching this for the plot. You're just watching this for the fun of it, Soto. Um, but yeah, I will
Sounds like
admit
it.
the most unrealistic thing about this movie was the fact that, first of all, there's a payphone. Soda, when was the last time you saw a payphone? Someone uses a payphone, and I'm like, well, does this movie take place in like the night? No, this is present day movie. When was the last time you
I've
saw a
never,
real?
I mean, no, not unless it's like in a really seedy part of town. That's the only time that I would guess that would be, but no, it's been at least like 20 something years.
Yeah, no. There's also a video rental store where which a cool fight takes place. I'm like, when was the last time someone rented a video? And a jukebox that plays CDs. I mean, who could? So yes, I mean, I laugh.
Why?
I don't know why, and
Strange.
you know what? I don't care. I literally, like I said, as I said, this is just a fun movie. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna say this is the best movie ever, but I don't hate on this. Like I said, if you just want to sit down and just enjoy a film, see this. The fight scenes were fun. The love story is just there, and it is what it is. And I guess where I rank this, because there's not much more I can say. This is definitely middle of the road for me. I have this at number 17. right above Smiley
Wow.
Face and underneath Terrifier 2. Because it is just, again, I am serious. We're not going to remember this movie in a year. Again, I guess this movie didn't get great reviews, but again, I just kind of was like,
No, no,
I,
it did not.
I just was like,
It's 19%.
yeah. I saw that and I didn't care. I don't care. But that's the thing. You need movies, what we call the popcorn flicks. You just want a fun action movie.
Yeah.
And he's so likable in everything he does. He does remind me of Jackie Chan because no matter what, you just always root for him. Like this was the first movie he did, but he was in Loki season 2, and it was just, I think just because the actor is just so likable, it's hard not to root for him. And he's no matter what he says or does. Even when he becomes like he kind of shows like he is a badass villain because in the beginning they're like, oh yeah, you couldn't hurt a fly kind of thing, and like it's hard. He's not a badass, but it works. And yeah, no, it was a fun movie. Again, we're not going to talk about this. We're going to forget about this movie, Soto. After this review, we're going to move on until we do like a review. Like, oh yeah, love hurts, but you know what? If you're just home and you
Right.
want a fun action movie, a fun thing that mixes martial arts and bad romance, check this out. Because it was enjoyable. I went along for the ride. I was smiling for 83 minutes or 93 minutes. Excuse me, my math. Oh no, 83 minutes. Yeah, hour 23. Sorry.
Yeah, it's
And
short. It's
yeah,
short.
and I loved it. It was short. It was to the point. And I'm like, I'm in. So yeah,
I
no,
love it.
love hurts.
That makes
Just
you want to watch it.
you know what? So you probably would enjoy it. It might. I don't know where it would rank. It'd probably be middle of the road for you too. Who knows? But if you just want a fun movie, maybe I'm wrong. Again, you're not watching this for story. There, there's, I've said this about other
No.
films. There's nothing. It was kind of unoriginal in a lot of parts, but it was just enjoyable enough where I'm like, yeah, I like this. The fight scenes were just fun. Remind me a lot of like young, fun Jackie Chan. So yeah, that's what I saw, and I was happy.
Cool.
It was the first movie to make me happy
Love
this
hurts.
week. Love Hurts. It's on
Better than
Peacock.
Lift.
So
Better than Lift.
100%. Because I like this actor a lot more than Kevin Hart. I mean, yeah, that movie didn't do anything original either, but it just wasn't entertaining. At least here, he's entertaining enough. Like I like this guy.